I got you something.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Oh, wow. What's this for?
Thought maybe you could make a bonsai tray out of it.
With all of my skill and with all of my heart, I shall turn this into a bonsai tray. Yes, I will.
It's terracotta on the bottom.
Terracotta. Thank you very much, my special pet.
You're welcome. Got you something else too.
I did. Wow, what is this? Why am I so deserving of such a fine presence? Huh?
Just because you're you.
You know, because I'm a tiger. All right. Looks like I have me a bonsai tool.
Looks like a box to me. Is it from Japan?
Oh yes, it is from Japan. I forgot to mention that. So, nice box, huh? Ooh, slides out. Ooh, it's got nice thick, and that's a nice box.
So what's the special tool?
Special tool is concave cutters. Ooh, how exciting!
Are they Japanese made in China?
No, these are Japanese made in Japan.
Nice. Let's see them.
Ooh.
Down below, down over the box. Yep.
Okay.
Look good.
All right, so I've been pricing bonsai trays and all that, and they're kind of expensive. They look really good, but they're kind of expensive, and they're not as deep as they should be. That's the biggest complaint I got. In fact, this one here is about, I wouldn't say it's greater than 2 inches. So, let's just see. Yeah, it's right at 2 inches. You can see that. So it's 2 inches. And this is not a bonsai tray yet. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to apply some micarta to it, the way I've done micarta in the past. And I think what I'll do is I'll take all these wrinkles out, front and inside. And because when you have a smooth interior like that, like you want, like it should be, then you can cut around it smoothly. Here you have to dimple around. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is a couple things. I'll cover it in micarta. Material, I'm not sure what I'm going to use. Maybe even a jean material. But I do micarta pretty good. I use Bondo. And I'll do the inside also. And I'm kind of debating on two things. On making this so it's concave in the center, so the water drains, or something like that. Because if I start cutting a bunch of holes in it, it doesn't mean it's going to drain properly. So if I were to, maybe if I had a bunch of rock on the bottom, I don't know. But the thing is, I want it to drain, so that's something to contemplate. Another thing I could probably do easily is just build it up a little bit more. And that would allow me to build up the bottom a little bit too, so that it drains properly. And of course, drill some holes with my masonry bits. And that should work good. We picked it up, and I need to sterilize it still. But this right here is a Wazakama, I think it says. And it has a little booklet right here. Wazakama. And this is just an advertisement for stuff they sell. It also tells you how to take care of that tool, which you rinse it, you dry it with a towel, and add oil to it, because this is carbon steel. This isn't stainless steel. And I really love this box that came in. Look at that. But here it is. This is my first bonsai tool I've ever bought. I'm used to using like electrician tools. But this here is concave. See how it's rounded? So when you cut a branch, it has a concave effect on it, so it doesn't look like a blunt cut, so it doesn't look like a stump sticking out. It'll take the branch off and it'll heal nicely. But and this is made in Japan. If I can show that. It says made in Japan right there. And so when I ordered it, I'm going, oh my God. They're talking about extra charges and stuff. So I read more, and it says that they have places in the United States where they ship these to. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting for mine like 4 days. And no one contacted me if they shipped it or not. Next thing you know, the box shows up. And it was actually in a little city, probably 15, 20 minutes away from me. So that's a trip. Anyway, so these are my concave cutters, branch cutters. And this is probably the most used tool. Everything else I can improvise on. Scissors, saws, whatever. But these you gotta have. So anyway, that's my movie. That's my video, man. Later. Hey, gentlemen, long time no see. How's everyone doing? And he's got a really nice shave with my tuckaway, 1920s tuckaway. And I got a little mail call here. But the other day, I was sitting there and I kept seeing this tree just kind of falling apart, disappearing basically. Didn't hear a single chainsaw. So I stood there and I was watching. And this guy, I think he's from south of the border, he was attempting to cut down this tree. And now here in America, these guys that cut trees for a living, they have spikes on the side of their ankles that are strapped on, so they can bite into the wood and climb that way. This guy was actually walking flat-footed on a branch that kind of went at this angle, so he can tie a rope on the end, which is another thing we don't do here. We usually get on the ground and throw like a heavy weight with a little thin rope on it, and it's tied onto a thicker rope, and you pull it through, and then that's how you do it. But this guy was climbing up on this branch, and that branch must have been this big. So anyway, I was kind of watching him. I thought he was going to hit the ground. I videotaped him, so here's some of it right here. You got a saw stuck. this could go on forever. Now the next thing that he did was, which blew me away, was I seen him with a battery operated sawzall, and he is cutting these branches, just took forever. It's like, wow, never seen anything like. He had no chainsaw. And then the part that really blew me away was when he had a, guess what, a machete, and he's just swinging that whack, whack. It was just crazy. You don't see stuff like that here in America. That guy is literally using a machete. I don't know where he found this guy. Anyway, so I've been getting some bonsai, and I got a little mail call here. I just want to open this up real quick. Been watching a couple guys. I'll put some links down below. And one guy that is I really like to watch because he thinks like I think. He improvises a lot. Is Tony's Bonsai in the UK, and I'm going to put a link down to his channel in case anyone wants to get into some bonsai too. It's a trip. It's kind of fun, and you know you got to know what the heck you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing so much. I used to get into bonsai, but I didn't do so well because of squirrels. I forgot to water them, stuff like that. So anyway, my mail call is this right here. What it is wound paste from Japan, and just like a big thing of toothpaste. I don't know what it says, but this is when you make a cut on a branch, on a larger branch, and you cover it with this to keep it from keep it healthy. That's what it's for. So I'm going to put this in my new bonsai toolkit. These are my bonsai scissors. These are for leather, and they're really inexpensive. They're stainless steel. I'll see how they work. But here is my bonsai toolkit. I don't have a lot in here. I got some wire, you know, little soil, just stuff, you know. Up here, got me a piece of chopstick. Got me a bottle of oil here to oil my tools. Got me some side cutters. The only tool that I really want to buy is, of course, I already bought the concave cutters, which are really cool. I haven't even tried these yet. I haven't even tried this concave cutter yet, but it's carbon steel. I'm gonna show it again in unboxing. But the only other tool I need to have is a root rake. So I'll keep my eye out for something like that. So I got sphagnum moss here, and this is not cheap. This is not cheap stuff here. I don't know. I know Tony gets it growing all over the place out there, but I have to pay. That was like $12 for that little container, and it wasn't that much. I was using this because I was trying to air root a wisteria. I just happened to find this. This is Spanish moss. I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm gonna see if it can hold water like the sphagnum moss can, and if it does, that's cool. So some people may know about that little tree I had out in the greenhouse, and it got to like 7 below zero. Then later the next day it was 112 inside the greenhouse. But this little tree went through a lot of extremes, and so I got it and I put it in the house. I started to do well, and then I decided I needed to change the mesh here because it wasn't proper, and it was getting like a mold or something on the soil, so I want to change it. So that stunted the growth right there. And then what happened is one day I forgot to water it. And I knew I had to water it, and I just totally spaced it out just one day. And I think I've been babying this thing for like a week. And you can see leaves on here, but I think they're just dried up leaves. This is getting a little stiff. I think I killed it. That's what happened, which sucks because this little tree was so robust. Had a little spring to it. I'm gonna give it some more time though. Ah, boy, I hope it lives. That was a good grower, man. I'll tell you, that was like a real thing. I pruned it 3 times in one summer. Last summer, this thing just grew like crazy. But anyway, so that's my new hobby. I did this before a while back, but got a little bit more time, and I got to figure out ways to keep these things hydrated. Like if I'm gone for a while, and I do. I have ways I can do things. But anyway, I'll take care later. Hey, how's it going? So these 2 little trees are the same exact trees I had last summer, but these are indoor grown trees, and they're doing well. I mean, I've already trimmed it back, getting some really nice new growth. And this one here, I've wired it. This is going to be the front right here. See, the leaf right in the way. And it's a pretty vigorous little tree.